Hi, what's up, mate? I hope that you're fine and having a great day. So, welcome back to the channel with another video. If you like this video, feel free to like it and comment down below what you think. Feel free to subscribe and yeah, keep up the good energy and vibe. So, in this video, I gotta share with you some of my personal experiences in my life, and this is for educational purposes. And I have felt this, and feel free to actually give you guys this kind of life experience that I had so far. And it was quite difficult to actually experience all these things, but yeah, there we have it, and we're gonna talk about this. So these days, the world today feels full of men who've forgotten what real masculinity means. Actually, I look cool with the sunglasses on, don't you think? So, from the actual movies where you can see that the leader of the family has become a woman, to like modern cartoon that the dad is depicted as a guy who's not the leader of the family and he seemed to be stupid and not in charge anymore. So what does that mean? Women empowerment, or like just putting a tag on men saying that they're masculine, or toxic masculinity? Or when they want to actually speak for themselves, they will be known as a misogynist. But these are not true, because in the hierarchy of power and evolution of human beings, for centuries we used to be hunter gatherers. We used to actually live in the cave, and the guy was supposed to provide for the family, and he was respected by the family. All of a sudden, fast forward today, all women want for themselves equality, and it's just fine, trust me. But the way they're doing it is completely wrong, because it's a radical movement. I have a different video on that. You can actually feel free to watch that one. But in this video, we're going to talk about something a little bit more detailed. So, the world today feels full of men who've forgotten what real masculinity means. We live in a time when we will, like, a lot of people talk about equality and softness and what's the good in many ways, but somewhere along the line, something essential got lost. Real masculinity isn't just about acting tough or pretending to be dominant. It's about confidence, calm, strength, and emotional balance. It's about being someone who knows how to lead with kindness, not controlled with fear. And that's the beauty of it, because the strongest man in the room is the guy who's usually the calmest. Like, I realized this when I was actually at a meeting. Everyone was like quite stressed, like doing a presentation, preparing different things, and there was a guy sitting back. He was very relaxed and he was observing everybody. And I asked, and he told me that that guy actually is the leader of that kind of place. He's the, let's say, head of that department, and everybody respects him and everything. But he was really relaxed, and when I went and talked to him, he seemed to be very much agreeable and everything. And at the same time, he had a really important role, so I didn't have much time to spend with him personally to talk to him. But those minutes that I saw him, I saw a very relaxed person in the room who was confident, who could look at everybody in the eye, and he stayed calm. And real power is not just being shouting or being noisy. Someone who does that is actually showing the fact that they're weak. And people do these kind of things in order to actually show that they're kind of bigger than they are. So it's like all these kind of things, because us human beings, we used to be hunter gatherers, and we used to live inside the caves. So these centuries of evolution does a lot of things on our brain formation and a lot of different things. So we cannot all of a sudden say, okay, we're living in a mansion, we're living in a big house, and everything is just different. The history of brain function is different. Our physiological and psychological kind of patterns are still the same. So we cannot put the creature that was before in a room and lock it and say, hey, now you have to do everything the same before. They will have changed, and with this change has to come some new updates. So let me know what you guys think about this topic. Comment down below. I'm really curious to know your thoughts. So if a man can create a peaceful, secure space, not just physically but emotionally, something changes. The woman feels she can let go, stop overthinking, and simply feel. That's when real intimacy happens. It's not about domination or control, it's about trust. So, something that usually happens when I actually witness myself personally is that the woman needs a guy who's better than her. So women usually do like dating up. Like for example, if she's making a certain amount of money per month, she would like to be with someone who would make equal amount or even higher. So in a company, they tend to look at the hierarchy of power and they would date up to a guy who has more resources, a higher socioeconomic kind of status, because that's the way they are wired. That would really ignite things for them emotionally and turn them on. So they want someone who's supreme, someone who's higher than them in the hierarchy. Men, however, they would date even down or equally because it's quite challenging to date up for men. So they would date down, and for a guy, it's okay if she works a normal job. He would be very happy to share everything. But a woman, nah, she thinks that she has better options, and the fact that she wants to come with you is that hey, because of the social media and dating apps, there's a line of guys waiting for her on those dating apps. So if she is with you outside, her mentality is that, if I'm with you, I'm saying no to those. I have some options, so I need to be very much picky. That's the mindset behind this kind of dating pool and game that happens, that leads to a lot of confusion. Women doing testing on guys and everything. So these are not because women are manipulative. It's because they're wired differently and they're going to invest a lot more than men in a relationship, because the woman is going to get pregnant and is going to give birth to a child, which is going to change the whole body of a woman, like physically and emotionally. She's going to make some bond, she's going to go through hormonal kind of changes. So her investment into the choosing the partner is a lot more expensive than a guy choosing a partner. Even in the kingdom of animal is the same. The female is the one who chooses the male. Like peacock, they have the feather, they show that they have a strength. The lions or different kind of pack animals would go hunt, and the guy who's the strongest, the alpha, would take the leadership, that they can actually provide for the herd and at the same time protect it against outsiders. And he will be chosen as the fit person. And if you see it, like the lioness are actually watching the lion who's going to win, and it's like for them it's an interesting kind of show. So these days we are human beings. We show our strength due to the finances that we have, the education that we have, and a certain kind of confidence. The confidence comes from an achievement, whether it is something that is financial, or perhaps someone is intelligent, he's a good professor, he's a very smart person, or he has a very nice car. It has to come from something, and you should take it from me. It's a very interesting thing. The guy who has actually many options of women is not the most successful guy when it comes to money. He's the guy who understands the psychology of women and what they are actually responding to, and he tells them what they want to hear. And that way, women would love that person and what they feel from that conversation, because that is the point. It's not about what you say, it's about how you make her feel that is going to count. And sooner than later, she's going to actually be receptive to the things that she felt from you saying it, not your words. So you have to be able to read the nonverbal communication, read between the lines, and it's sometimes confusing. Trust me, I've been there. I say it based on experience. because she says something but she means something else. So you need to understand that women are indirect and men are direct. For instance, if you're actually in a car driving going somewhere, the woman would tell you, are you hungry? And you say no, and you pass a restaurant. But what she means is that she was hungry. So for her, she doesn't come up front tell you something. She says it like that so that you have to understand. Okay, what does she mean out of this? Because with guys, you say something logically clear upfront done, but with women, it's a little bit more complex because the psychology is also an important point of it, and it's a little bit more confusing and difficult. So women are often attracted to that calm, kind of confident energy because it allows them to relax, as we mentioned, and they need to give up the rights. If you actually search for what women are interested in, there are typical kind of characteristics that women would read stories for. One of them is a billionaire, the other one is a Wolverine, and the other one is a vampire. All of them are like some beasts that she would dream of having, and then she would tame the beast. So that's what she would have as a fantasy. And here's the tricky point: when she has a beast and she tames her, the game is over. Then she's after the next one, and then she wants to repeat the same pattern because the dopamine is in the pursuit of this, like the journey, not the destination. Also, there was an interesting phrase that I would like to recall. It was like, which is more important, the destination or the journey? And the answer is the company, who you actually share the kind of experience with. That is a really beautiful kind of answer, I would say. So, if you like the video, feel free to comment down below, share it with your friends, and also I would like to tell you this thing is that masculinity isn't built overnight. It takes some self-respect, discipline, and emotional awareness. At the same time, women bring something equally powerful, like the feminine energy, which is really fragile. So in the end, real masculinity isn't about control, it's about stability. It's the real femininity isn't about submission, it's about trust. When those two meet in balance, that's when love feels kind of effortless. And for a woman to actually be able to trust someone, they would test that person. In the next video, I'm going to go through the test and series of tests that women actually take on a guy and how you can successfully pass those tests. And these tests are usually done by a group of people. Like the girl will talk to her friends, and as of the group of friends of her, like the best friends would develop a kind of mindset, a group kind of mental kind of idea and thinking, then they would put it on you. Because women, they share everything, like all the stories. Trust me, I had a few different partners, and also my sister, she's been sharing everything like with her friends that I have witnessed, which is a very weird thing to guys, because guys would like to keep the personal life personal, but women, they just share everything, keep comparing in order to choose the right person and mate, and be very much, let's say, into details. If you like this video, you probably would like one of these two videos that pop up on the screen. Feel free to watch them and let me know down below what you guys think. And feel free to share it with your friends and if you like it, just subscribe to our channel. And until the next one, I hope that you have a wonderful day. Yeah.